Speaking of awesome,
Oh, in the house.
awesome in the
Awesomeness
house.
in the house.
More awesome on the way. I'm opening the door to Awesomeville here. We have a
Thanks for
theme.
letting me in.
Yeah,
Well,
it was a tough call, but luckily it was just me, Elena, and I did you a solid.
um, you lack discernment today, Dean, but I'm appreciative.
I'm not good with boundaries. I'm just not good with those boundaries.
Hi, Miro. Happy belated birthday.
thank you. It's not belated. For a good wishes, there is no
There's no
possibility
good.
to be late.
I
Beautiful.
love.
So
love.
I will have 47 for some time now. So whenever you feel, just wish me something beautiful. It's okay.
Every day.
I love it. I love it.
This group
Yeah.
is
I love it.
such a downer. It's such a downer.
Yeah, imagine that. 47.
And drum roll, please. Marie is in the house.
The end is near.
Happy! The end is near. Not even close, Miro. My goodness.
I have new assistant.
Hey, Marie. Hold on.
Hello, guys. I have to
Hello.
introduce you my new assistant. Just to.
Are we
adjust
going to
her
have to
head.
guess?
No, I just have to adjust her head. Okay. And she's so cool. Imagine that this. She has. You put the egg here, you know, and when you do this, she actually puts an egg down. Hatches
She lays an egg.
And Krista got that for her birthday, you know. And when I saw that, I just fell in love. I cannot imagine the day without her, you know. It's a love on first sight.
What's her name? What's her name?
That's the problem. She doesn't have name, and that's not actually the problem, because I found out that I have problems with women's names, you know. So I have to invent something like Honey, you know, so I don't actually say the wrong name in a wrong situation, you know. So she doesn't have name.
she just doesn't have a name.
So what, are you just going to call her?
Yeah.
So she's Honey the chicken?
Because no, that's my long-term problem. So why would I make myself another problem to naming by naming her, you know? So I have to think about what's her name, you know. It's easier this way.
That way her feelings aren't hurt.
And she doesn't complain, so.
Oh, the perfect. Miro, I just want to know, what is she assisting you with?
Sorry? Assisting me with fun and high frequency, because when I see her eyes, I cannot be in a bad mood. And when I hear her, that's like, you know, my heart is glowing, and you know, my heart is glowing. Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
Have you seen the googly eyes bit where people just put the googly eyes on things and it just makes life totally ridiculous, right? Like you can buy packs of googly eyes and put them on your oranges, or you know, on. It's just bringing more of that into your world.
I need a chicken. I need a chicken. Maybe a rooster.
I have 6 chickens. I held Vera last night. They are absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
And you can recognize each of the different chickens by their different names?
Yep.
And you don't run into the problem of calling one by a different name and therefore just call them all Honey?
No.
I have
Vera
a
is
buddy
most certainly Vera. Pepper's most certainly Pepper. Blanche is Blanche.
You have to have a chicken called Blanche. That's like mandatory.
We tried to name them all like the older generation woman names.
Yeah.
I have
Do you
a buddy.
have Marjorie?
Marjorie. Edna. I have a buddy that has a bunch of chickens, and he named them all Gladys. They were glad as a group. They were all Gladys.
Gladys is a perfect chicken name.
Yeah,
yes.
but it's just like whoever it was. Gladys was causing trouble. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Things I did not expect to talk about this morning.
Yeah.
All right, Marie, where the hell have you been, young lady? I heard it was off having fun. Please share.
I was. I traveled to this place in the north of Germany, just 2 hours away, really, with my son, and we were there
Which
with
country?
Germany.
Northern part of the Germany.
Yeah, the north. I mean, I already live in the north of Germany, but so it's always funny when I say I went to the north of Germany. Well, that's where I'm already, but hey, just a couple of hours up north, higher up north. Anyways, this beautiful place in the countryside, like beautiful big house, and some amazing lady from my son's school is organizing a music week over there. With lots of children from the school, and we had kids from 4 till 15 or 16, everybody playing an instrument, an orchestra with 30, 35 people in it, including some adults. I did some singing, and it was just glorious. It was brilliant. So it was cool. Just like amazing to also see how easy the kids were, just, handling rehearsing and then going to play football, and the bigger ones were taking care of the smaller ones, and it was just cool. We took care of cooking and accompanying some rehearsals, and it was fun. It was really cool.
And you sang?
Yeah, I sang. Yeah, I sang a few pieces. Yeah, it was so cool. And the lady organizing it was like, "Oh my God, we must do more with you. It's so much fun." So it was cool. Yeah, and it was fun. My son was accompanying me. He's playing the tuba, right? So this massive brass instrument. And he was playing the bass line on one of the songs that I was playing, and there was somebody playing the accordion and the cello, and it was really cool. I love doing this. I mean, put me on a stage with bright red shoes and a microphone, and that's it. I'm going for it. So it was really cool. It was really cool. And then I had a total change of scenery. A few hours later, I was in the very south of France, 10 degrees more in temperature, and sunshine and seaside, and 70 people of my family being there. So we had a family weekend that had been planned for about 2 or 3 years, that had to be postponed a couple of times. So that was something. My kids hated it the first day, so that was something too. It was quite a challenge for me to be like, we were all tired. It had been a long journey, and getting to the airport, flying, and then getting from the airport to the place, etc. And the kids were like, I want to go home now. I'm like, no, we're not going home. We're here now, so you have to make the best of it. I'm sorry. And so handling that and stuff, but it was pretty cool, because at some point I was like, there was a moment where I thought, okay, so what if it wasn't a good idea to come here? What if, I should have chosen something different? So I went into this thing of thinking, I again made the wrong choice, or I shouldn't have done this, etc. And then at some point I was like, okay, what if maybe it was, not the best idea, and maybe we could have used our weekend in a better way, or the kids could have been happier, etc. But so what? So it was so cool to just, let go of the judgment of the thing. Oh my God, I made the wrong choice again, or something like this. And then, things started to line up to be easier, and the weekend was brilliant. So that was really a cool experience.
Nice. A few days ago, I watched a video about self-esteem or something like. There are people who do things, and what's their secret? A lot of them has the possibility to just choose, and after that they never ask themselves, was that good or bad? No matter how the thing and
Oh, she
start.
did get, yeah.
Yeah, you just go. That's my decision. I don't know whether that is going to be good or bad. I really don't know what's going to be tomorrow or in a year. But I know that I've decided that, and I just go that path until I find out that there is a better possibility, opportunity, option, or whatever, or I finish this what I started. And that puts out a lot of judgment, insecurities, not doing action. Actually, that's the biggest benefit for me, because we are paralyzed when we have two or more options in front of us. We are paralyzed until we don't decide and choose one. And we cannot choose more than one, never. And when we try, we end up in a problem, trying to attack something, and you lose your energy, you lose your power, you lose yourself, you lose everything, and you lose benefits you could get from the path if you have chosen just one of them. So that's good thing to do.
Yeah, it was quite striking to sort of notice that shift in my, in my thinking or in my mood as well, because I was going into like, oh yeah, I mean, whatever, my ex is going to say, well, you know that it's never so much fun with your family. Why did you choose this? Or, I was kind of going into, all sorts of things that people would say, or that I, would tell myself. And then I was like, no, stop it. You're here now. You've made this choice. The kids are surely going to be okay. It's a good exercise for them as well to learn to be in an environment that maybe they're not super happy about and still find a way to be happy or to, to choose fun things. And from that moment on, there was like, it was not an issue anymore whatsoever. It didn't come up again. So that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was me. And I'm back home and I'm having guests for dinner tonight. So I'm cooking while speaking to you. And yeah.
What's for dinner?
Yes.
For dinner? Well, I can't show you much. It's all like bits and pieces at the moment. But there's asparagus, there is celeriac, there is carrots, aubergines. It's mainly vegetables. And a beautiful curry soup and pomegranate and stuff like that.
Wow.
Nice.
So cool.
Yep. I can send you a photo later once it's all looking good.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, I will.
How many people are coming?
5. Yeah.
And this is one of your gatherings for conversation?
Yeah, it's cool.
You're on fire.
Yeah, well, lots of people are, are excited to come. So I'm having, one every other week almost. And I've, got people evenings booked up until end of June or something like this. So yeah, it's cool. It's fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's that.
You don't even need a chicken.
Well, not when I have
Everyone needs a chicken. Everyone needs
sure.
a chicken.
Sure.
In one piece or pieces, it doesn't matter, but we need a chicken.
I love. That's exciting, Marie. Thanks for joining us and gracing us with all of your amazing momentum and celebration.
Speaking of amazing and celebration, Elena, I would like to ask you how your program, and I've seen bits and pieces of it and the magic that you're creating, and I'm just wondering how your experience is going. It looks awesome.
Oh, thank you. The Facebook thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's really kind of in alignment with, I think, what Miro and Marie are talking about. I felt this nudge a long time ago, 21 days, and I was like, no, it's not the right time. I'm, too busy, blah, blah, blah. No, but it just kept coming back until when I was away, I did that little retreat for myself. And like the first day, like it was just like, go now. And I was like, okay, like I surrender, like I'm just gonna go. And so it's been that, you know, like made the decision, go, and really, it's been really fun because I have a habit of over analyzing, you know, what am I doing? Why am I, oh, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. And there's something really great about having committed to 21 days because it's like, okay, today's done, what's coming tomorrow, kind of, instead of like looking back and, you know, getting stuck. How did that go? Blah, blah, blah. So it's been really fun. You know, people keep asking me, you know, how's it going? Is it meeting all of your expectations? And it's been such a great question because I literally feel like a dog that goes like, "Arr," because I didn't have any expectations. Right? Like I knew I was going to do this 21-day give. I knew it was an opportunity for me to kind of come back to social media consistently because I hadn't been. But beyond that, like there wasn't an expectation. So it's going amazing.
So wait a minute. You were giving to give?
Oh, right.
And you received alignment.
That's right.
Totally strange way to be, you know. Why would anyone do that? That's like, or?
I love it.
Please do that again. Please do that again.
I'm afraid the chicken will think I'm a dog and want to chase me. Yeah, no, it's been so great. Yeah, I don't know. It's really fun to be in a place of getting to have fun with things that in the past have felt like a lot of work, a lot of effort, or a lot of criticism and like heavy energy around it. I don't know. I feel aligned, and I think that's part of it. There isn't expectations. It just feels like what I'm to be doing right now. So I am, you know, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Thanks for chiming in as you all have been able to.
We know where the gorgeousness is coming from right now.
Thank you.
Well,
What else is going on?
I have a cool thing sort of on the other end, but it's still a cool thing. I've been sort of faced. I think, and I don't know whether it was on here, but I was talking to Jared, and I think, you know, hey, I've been going through the testicle punch instead of the gut punch week, and it was really, you know, if I'm going to play one side of this, I have some clients that weren't doing what I wanted them to do, and you know, one broke a contract, and the other one didn't want to pay me for 2 months worth of work, and blah 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 blah, and so I've been kind of going through a little bit of an introspective thing, and actually, you know, last night just kind of got to some places like, ew. I mean, that was it. Like I just saw a big ball of gunky bits that one of the stories that I've told myself over life is that when you get too full of yourself, right, you're missing something. Like there's something that's going on that you're not seeing, right? Like you're sort of skating past something that's not totally aligned or whatever. You're just feeling it, and it's almost. And I would love to. I need to go back and look at this. It's really interesting. It's just coming up now, but to some extent, I thought I was in a place or felt better about the place I was, making assumptions or whatever, and the universe came up and said, "This thing here, you may want to look at this." Mr. Smarty Pants. And I went through a bit of a thing where I was like, okay, now what do I do? What did it like, whatever, you know, and I immediately told my subconscious, thank you for sharing this. This is what, please keep sending me these messages. I really appreciate it and love this. And then question about where I wanted to go, because I was not, my approach, I don't even want to label it. I just was in I was creating, obviously I got to the place of creating this reality and seeing the reasons for it. I almost posted something like first thing in this morning, and I didn't want to, like, okay, everybody doesn't need to do, 12 hours of CCR in the day, but also I wanted to kind of walk through it. And so the bottom line is that I took this gunk and didn't make it a bigger thing, but just basically appreciated my subconscious, and committing to walking more firmly in this place of love and greatness and divinity, and recommit to that. And I suddenly realized about an hour and a half later, the thought or the thing that I was doing was absolutely as a result of that sort of commitment, and it was clearing out and responding in a positive way to the gunk, right? In a way that, like, okay, this gunk is not ours. We don't need to own it. We can be here. And so I'm sorry, I cannot put words to all of these things. I feel very Jared-esque right now, in that not all of these things can be explained with words, right? But I think you're getting where what I'm laying down here. At least I feel that. And it is just this amorphous thing that didn't serve, and sort of walking this path of truth to get to a place where it's, moving forward. I will stop now. Thank you for listening.
One of the most beautiful things I think that you said was at the very beginning of how, and I don't know exactly how you were intending it to come across, but you were saying how you created this persona, whatever, that, you thought things were going the certain way, and like it was an image that you had of yourself, and then you're acting like the universe was saying that this isn't the way. And I see that as a beautiful thing, because if you were playing dormant and not thinking so much of yourself, then you wouldn't have been allowed to expand like this. And if we thought of ourselves the way the universe thinks of ourselves, like, you can never think enough. And so I just saw that as something very beautiful, because you were thinking more of you than the universe was showing you. All right, so now this has to be dropped. You have to let go of this, and the gunk represents scarcity, and you're choosing abundance.
And thank you for that reframe, because it is a bit of a reframe of, the feeling so good about myself typically was, oh, I'm ready for a fall, right? Like, I'm too big for my britches thought, right? But what I'm hearing is that, and I love the reframe, that I can never be too big for my britches, and I need to keep getting me some bigger britches, because I'm going to keep growing. And I love the idea that what that allowed me to do and see was the thing that is keeping me from realizing just how much bigger I can be. So thank you very much, Jared. I appreciate that.
And we all see that big britches ride big bikes. So
out of my way. Yeah. Out of my way. I so, like, need to buy a motorcycle and, like, drive it to Costa Rica or something. I feel like that's something like that.
Yeah.
Elena, would your husband let you go for a ride in the back of my motorcycle? Does he get to make that choice?
He'd be surprised if I wasn't like, let me drive it.
There you go.
Ian, if her husband lets her ride on your bike with you, you have a bigger problem than if he refused.
I could just hear the delight and the fun behind me as I'm ripping through the jungle. It's
Game on.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, a few days ago, I thought about how beautiful it would be that we see each other in Mexico or some destination like that, and I went close to that. My friend just booked the ticket for Mexico, so that's pretty close.
Well, and that certainly is an open loop, Miro. That's,
Yeah,
that's one of our open loops. And I do think, to get us all in the same space requires looking over the horizon a little bit. Maybe that's my story, and we can all meet up somewhere next weekend. But Marie, I just got a notification from you.
yeah.
So did Miro. So I don't know.
I thought that that's something that you are cooking, so I hurried up to see, and I see me, and
How do I drop that into the middle of the video? I guess it's going to be there anyway. So I don't know if do we want to talk more about a get together, or do we have other things to talk about? I don't want to stop anybody from sharing something.
Who would like to do 3 minutes guided meditation for visualization, 6 of us on the same place in the same time on some exotic place? Who would like to guide the meditation right now?
Well, I think you just volunteered, Miro.
So no, but okay. okay. Who is willing to do that, actually? Are you?
I mean, no, I don't want to lead it. I'm willing to participate.
Okay, that's you. Okay,
Let's go.
let's do that.
I don't think anybody's saying no.
Is that something you asked to do now? I didn't.
Oh, I'm willing to do the meditation.
What you said? You were frozen for a moment. Are you for or? Okay, let's do that. Close your eyes. Listen to the chicken.
Okay. That's not helping.
Okay, breathe for a moment. Just
I saw Fiji.
Fiji. Breathe for a moment. Just inhale and exhale and imagine how easy and beautiful that process is, and it makes us live another day. And when we feel the inhale fills our body with a life, and exhale lets us give something to the world, to the universe, that makes us feel like there is us and there is something other than us. But is it? Or we just can see ourselves in everything other and everything other in us. Can you see the world? Can you see the universe in every of your cells? Try it right now. Just look closer to any of your cells, maybe from your heart. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in until you see the world. Is it in you or out of you? Is it bigger or smaller than you? Is it inhale or exhale? And does it actually matter? And when you are in this state of it doesn't matter, just notice how your toes are feeling the sand of a beautiful beach. Try to wiggle it. Try to feel how sand goes between your toes, how your heels make a hole small, shallow hole in that sand. And a beautiful wave comes and fills that shallow hole with the sea. Watch that, feel that. Feel the freshness of the ocean. Feel the sharpness of the sand. Open your eyes, look left and right, and see Dean, Jared, Marie, me, Elena, Gail. Who is left? Who is right from you? What are you doing right now? How deep you are breathing? Are you giggling, smiling, laughing? How happy you are? How beautiful it is that we are side by side on this beautiful, beautiful place. Try to look behind us, all of us, at once. There is a house, beautiful house, with a porch, and on a porch there is a barbecue. Fire is on, it's hot, perfectly prepared for meat, for vegetables. There is a beaker, big beaker of beautiful drink, margaritas, and little umbrellas, beautiful big glasses. There is some beer, there is some wine, 6 places for 6 of us. It's time to put some food on that barbecue there. We are going there, laughing, being so fucking happy. We're together and we're there and we are just enjoying the life together. What are you doing next? Are you up for margarita, wine, beer, tequila, or a cigar? Who is for a steak? Or would you prefer some of Miro's specialties? Okay. I will make something for you. And when you try that, you will never forget the taste of it. And you will talk about that barbecue specialty to your children, to your grandchildren. You will remember that forever. The same, you will remember every second of this vacation. On this beautiful place, in space and time. Say, it's done, and then open your eyes.
It's done. Miro's barbecue thing tasted like chicken. Just saying.
Ooh, that was really powerful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So now this is going to be a lot easier and faster because we lived that already. Yeah, it was beautiful.
You guys sure are fun.
Yes. What a crew. When you imagine 6 people who would else than God put us on a pile, you know, like it's Mission Impossible, actually. Totally different universes, you know.
When Jared was talking about the public speaking bit and that post where he's talking about his brother and it got me thinking about his life and how unique and how special it was and you know, the things that brings into his world. And I went a little bit further, and then I started thinking about each of you. And, like, I thought, oh, Jared's life could be a book. And then I like, oh, Miro's life could be a book. And oh my God, Marie's life could be Elena's life could be, oh my God. I mean, literally there, I mean, just, I don't know whether that's a construct of the relationship we all have. I don't know what the cause and effect of that is, right? Like, what is the causation that each of us have stories that are so deep and rich and wonderful? Is that true of every human on the planet? I guess it is, but it just blew me away when I wanted to hold like Jared up to this light. And I'm not trying to diminish your light, Jared, but it just spread across everyone in this group, and it lit up my heart.
I've noticed that everyone has a story. You just have to be smart to be aware that you have a story. Stupid people cannot do that. Yeah, I say for myself that I did so much stupid things in my life that it's pretty amazing that I'm the smart one. And when I teach someone something, I say this is the once in a lifetime opportunity, because smart people don't do stupid shit like I did, and stupid people cannot give you a lesson from that. And I'm smart, and I did stupid things. So use that, you know.
Elena, can I ask us where you are? You clearly are in a wonderful, very interesting space.
In a rocking chair, or that horsey?
There's something going on with that too.
Horse.
Yes, I am. I'll show you where I am. I'm
and I wasn't talking
highly
about
emotional now, so I'll just let you know that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in a. I thought I could show you more, but I didn't realize the fence around me is really high, so that's kind of useless.
And I was really talking
like
more
I'm
about
in
where you were emotionally than physically.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like I'm in
Cool.
some unknown vortex right now. Yeah. But I would be open to us doing that together more.
Guys,
Wonderful.
I have to go because I have a webinar, so I have to prepare.
It's time
I
to
I've enjoyed immensely, and my lovely assistant as well. So take care, guys. I love you, all of you.
Thank you, Miro.
Thank you. Thank you, Miro.
Is anyone else experiencing the unknown, like what you're talking about, Lena?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know exactly how you mean it, but it totally resonates. it just seems to be a space or a time of just so much opening up, and which is for me very, very exciting. And also sometimes I find myself feeling very I sometimes just sit there and cry, or feel nostalgic, and I don't know of what. It's not like something that's sad, but it's just I don't know if it's just indeed an awareness of something new happening, or maybe it's been happening already for a while, and it's just being aware of it.
Thank you, Jared.
Much more words for it.
The feeling that I get to your words is that there is something unknown here, but it's also a space that I felt multiple times with this group. And so the words that come to me is leading edge. And this group touches and reaches places that I don't think I ever could have imagined. Couple months, whatever, it just is an amazing sort of catalyst. So yes, I would agree. And again, I don't know how to communicate that better.
By the way, I was just checking a couple of weeks ago. I think around today is our anniversary. I think our first meeting was just a year ago, like either 2 days ago or in 2 days or whenever. I mean, it's this week, basically.
We should just celebrate our anniversary on Miro's birthday.
Yeah. That's fun. Did you want to share something around that question you asked, Jared?
I don't know how. It feels very old. I am speechless.
Mm.
It is amazing to think about the origins and the start of this. I don't think anybody could point to or imagine the power of it or where it would take us.
That's for sure. It's so funny to think back about our first meeting and the thoughts we had afterwards, and it's glorious.
Well, and if we continue to loosen these bounds, these things that bind us to the reality of this earth, as we loosen those more and more, who knows where we end up.
Sounded like such a preacher comment.
I suppose, yeah.
It's interesting. I go through phases where I'm pulled to read a certain focus, a certain, there's a certain set of books, so to speak, that, or authors or energies of books that will call me. And then I'll, dig into those. And then I'll go through a phase lots of times following this where I will use a focus more of a business sense. And so it's like the strategy of I want to understand this, and I'm intentionally choosing this, and I have like the freedom to choose. And whether it's like last year, a lot of it was the energy, the energy of abundance. Like, how does abundance operate in its connection to money and things like that? And one of the things that doesn't come every single day, because it's influenced by your connection with yourself. And so the busier I am, then the more depth I have to drop into to be able to feel this. And like going back to the way all of this awakening started happening was, you know, all right, I have to read these books. They feel like home. Or I have to read. It was just very interesting of how books would just appear. And the same thing's happening again. And it feels so very old, and it feels like drawn to understand how this reality spins underneath all of the programs. And so then connecting with, like, now I'm starting to reap the rewards. You know, there's always cause and effect of abundance, of the money energy and things like that. And like then diving into wanting to have deeper connections with people. Of course, that means my family. Being super busy while at the same time, like preparing, like dropping inside the Grand Canyon in a week. And like that's going to be an expression of both the yin and the yang. And at the same time, feeling like I want to cry, like I want to celebrate, like I want to scream, and not being able to put words to all of these emotions and all of these feelings that I feel like I'm connecting and touching with, and like feeling the desire to like a mega dose of LSD and just connect in a deep way with something that I've never touched this strongly, and terrified of it at the exact same time, and finding that resistance to not want to let go of this reality, yet knowing that I'm here. Like I didn't want to come on the call this morning. Like I just wanted to sit, just wanted to drink some coffee and sit, and knowing that I wanted to plug into the energy of all of you to help me navigate what I feel is this reality is inside a big, big, big storm. And I'm also the rock and the cause at the exact same time. And little things. Elena, I see your porch ceiling up here. And it's like connecting me to growing up in the South and like wanting so bad to get rid of some of the things. And now realizing the full circle of it, living inside a modern city, wanting to so bad connect to the roots of like some of these Southern things that I grew up with again. And yeah, the energy is quite wild right now.
Oh, Jared, thank you so much. I feel like you had to help pull out words to help me understand what's going on right now, because I don't know what the hell is going on right now. But I feel like that description of like feeling something and wanting to hold on to it, feeling something and wanting to hold is what was really maybe I can't put words to it yet. Something happens with us that I've tried a million times, I think, to put words to. Like the other day, I hadn't been present in our group for a few days. And when I came back, I told you, I literally could feel the change in my energy as I was listening. I'll also say that none of this is bad or sad feeling. Like, I don't know. It's not necessarily joy or good feeling either, but it's like the feeling of something cracking and falling off. But anyway, what I realized, Jared, while you were talking, is that the feeling is so good in our connection that it throws me off just as much as a really intense negative emotion would throw me off. And I'm able to diffuse some of that with humor or over processing, or just not being fully present at times, just not being around for a couple of days. And there was no way for me to diffuse any of it while we were in meditation together. And it's like feeling all that I've been resisting some of. I would not want to be anybody listening to me right now, because I don't know if I make any sense or like can explain why a couple of minute meditation is making me do this. Yeah, but it's just like laying down any barrier I've been holding up to truly feeling, not needing words, but just to feel the experience of us. Like literally blowing my circuits. Thank you for listening.
Sounds beautiful here, Elena. Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Seems like the thinking self wants to get in the way so much.
Yeah, totally. And to be honest, like I can see, we've talked a lot about like safety, right? It's primitive for us to maintain a certain level of control, right? For safety and survival. And I think like that's what I'm feeling, like the call to really let go of the thinking brain, to fully feel. And in this case with us, what I get is to fully receive. And it doesn't make any logical sense. Like, here I am, a human, I'm very safe. But like at a core level, it feels terrifying. In a kind of good, exciting way.
There's something insane magical about the unknown, or at least like I find the connection with that absolutely, the word comes to mind is divine. And for myself, like, so I shared once that I experienced, that was my first drink of ayahuasca, was learning, like hearing that I have to let go of the thought. And last night at Muay Thai, it was the exact same reminder, like trying to think my way through a correct combination. And when I let go, then, oh, wow, that just felt so fluid. And so alignment with the flow. And like this, the edge that you're talking about, Dean, the leading edge is always right there. And yeah, we have these safeties as human that, we want to control some stuff, but in many paradoxes, that's nothing but scarcity. Like, we're not going to be okay if we don't control something. And I think that that is a part of what I'm going through. At the same time, it's connected to some of the most fearful feelings. Like, yeah.
Isn't security the highest order or the first need? Right? And one of the realizations, understandings, I don't, that's not the right word, is we can know intellectually that there isn't a thing that we have to hold on to there. So there isn't a clear understanding of why we get stuck at that point, why it's hard. That's it.
All I can say is it feels so good to be here, though. Like, here in the presence of y'all, and here in this chaos of unknown feelings.
It feels like it's where we should be. That's strong.
And now I want to go back to the beach.
Eat some more Miro chicken.
Oh, man.
And one of the amazing things is, like, I show up at this meeting with no expectation. Like, I don't even show up going, ooh, this is going to be so magical or deep or fun or whatever. There's none of that. We just show up in our heart and look at the shit that goes. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, oh my God, this is not trying. Like, this isn't. It's like almost like, what, make it stop almost. It's like, it's just, we have no choice in this. We kind of show up and just be, and oh my God, it's like somebody has lassoed us and taken the other side of the road and put it around the horse pommel and is riding the horse around in circles. And we're whipping around on this ride. Like, we got almost no choice on it. I'm like, holy God, we just show up. There's no, let's create something thought. Oh, okay. Lamo. It's a technical term.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marie,
So,
let us know how your night goes.
yeah.
I will.
Looks delicious from here. So much love.
See you too. Thank you.